the space between documented history and collective memory, there exists a gallery of impossibilities, beings that defy logic, yet refuse to be forgotten. What you're about to witness are not mere stories. They are echoes of something our ancestors saw, feared, and tried desperately to warn us about. Anaye. Long before the world took its present form, the Navajo people tell of a time when the earth was ruled by creatures that should never have existed. They were called the Anaye, born from unnatural unions and forbidden acts during the age before the hero twins. These were not mere beasts. They were monsters shaped by chaos itself. Some towered like moving mountains. Others lurked in water, dragging travelers beneath the surface. A few could kill with nothing but a glance. According to oral traditions passed down through centuries, the Anaye were not random nightmares. Each one embodied a specific form of destruction: famine, war, old age made monstrous. Then came the twins Naya and Ezgani and Tobajishchini, sons of the sun. Armed with weapons forged by their father, they began a campaign to cleanse the world. One by one, the Anaye fell. Their bodies became the stone formations that still stand across the American Southwest today. But the Navajo elders say not all of them were destroyed. Androsphinx. In the shadow of the pyramids carved from living stone, sits a figure that has watched over Egypt for more than 4,000 years. The Great Sphinx of Giza is the most famous example of what ancient Egyptians called the Androsphinx, a creature with the body of a lion and the face of a man. It was a guardian, representing the pharaoh himself, human intellect combined with the ferocity of the lion. But the Great Sphinx holds deeper mysteries. Erosion patterns suggest it may be far older than the pyramids themselves, carved during an era when the Sahara was not yet a desert. If true, it means the Sphinx predates the civilization that claimed it. Anggitay. Deep in the forests of the Philippine Islands, local hunters tell of encounters with a creature that moves like wind through the trees. The Anggitay is described as a female centaur with a single horn rising from her forehead. Her hooves are said to point backward, making her tracks impossible to follow. What makes the Anggitay particularly intriguing is her rarity in oral tradition. She remains localized, whispered about in specific areas as if guarding a territorial secret. Anguiped. On the walls of ancient temples across the Greco-Roman world, there appears a figure that defies natural law, a giant with serpents where its legs should be. The Anguiped was a creature born from the clash between order and chaos in Greek mythology. But the Anguiped story doesn't end in Greece. Similar serpent-legged figures appear in distant cultures with no known contact. The motif crosses centuries and continents, as if humanity independently recognized something fundamental in this image. Anito. In the Philippines, before churches rose and bells rang across the islands, every tree, every stone, every bend in the river had a presence watching over it. They were called Anito, ancestral spirits woven into the fabric of pre-colonial Filipino life. When Spanish colonizers arrived in the 16th century, they sought to erase these practices. Yet the Anito never truly disappeared. In remote villages, offerings still appear at the bases of ancient trees. Ankheg. Beneath the soil of farmlands and forgotten forests, something waits in tunnels carved through solid earth. The Ankheg is a creature from Dungeons and Dragons, described as a massive insectoid monster that burrows through the ground with terrifying efficiency. It lies in wait just beneath the surface, sensing vibrations, then erupts upward to seize anything that passes above. While fictional, the Ankheg draws from very real fears of something monstrous living below our feet. Ankou. In the misty villages of Brittany, when the church bells toll at midnight, there is said to be a sound that makes even the bravest lock their doors: the creak of a wooden cart drawn by skeletal horses. The Ankou is death's servant in Breton folklore, the last person to die in a parish each year, cursed to collect the dead until another takes his place. Myths don't survive for millennia by accident. They endure because somewhere, buried beneath layers of time and skepticism, a fragment of truth refuses to die.